terrible idea. Lali-ho everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Quest 64. So while we go through this opening sequence, I'm going to explain a few things here. This was... hold up. Celtland, an island where magical spirits abound. This is a abode of magicians who have become powerful through a pact with spirits. These are apprentices of the Melroad Monastery, among them the young apprentice Brian. A little bit of plot here that they explain over a short time here. Our protagonist, everybody. Kiddishire. This is the kingdom of northern magic, home of the Melroad Monastery. This kingdom is ruled by King Scofford, a hero of the people. Carmeg, a kingdom of merchants situated in the central region of Celtland. This is the richest and most beautiful of all the kingdoms. Some Queen something, I couldn't see who it was ruled by. You have to read very quick with this. I hate that place. Island, the kingdom of the sword, located at the southern edge of the Isles. Kingdom of fire and steel, ruled by the ambitious and warlike King Migas. Thanks to a treaty among the three kingdoms, the people live in peace and prosperity. Well, that never lasts. One night, however, the monastery fell under an evil spell, the theft of an ancient book. Because of the theft, Celtland now faces dangers it has never before known. And then it should go back to the title screen. So, okay. This game, as I explained at the end of Final Fantasy II, this was my first game that I personally owned. Not the first game I played on 64, but the first game I personally owned on 64. Brian, even though I've begged you not to leave, you still say you must go after your father. No matter how wonderful your powers may be, you are still a child. Your father, Lord Bartholomew. You know, I've never said that name out loud. Bartholomew. Is that right? Yeah, Bartholomew. That's actually a pretty cool name, not gonna lie. Left to search for the stolen Eltail book. Eltail? Is that Eltail or Eltail? Or Eltail? I'll say Eltail because it's element. And has been missing for a month. No one to your word about him. Contained in the words of the book is a power that exceeds human knowledge. I wonder who could have possibly stolen it from the crypt of the monastery. If an evil person should use it, the country and all its cities will be destroyed. The spirit's blessings will disappear, and Celtland will once again be visited by a day of grief. Bartholomew's disappearance may mean he is caught in the fighting over the book. If you go, you may find yourself in danger as well. If you still insist, begin by going to Dondoran. I'll ask the King of Dondoran Castle to protect you. And we begin our journey. So, this is Quest. Like I said, this was my first game. My first real N64 game. And, you know, some people had Super Mario 64. Some people had Ocarina of Time. I had this. So as you see, we have 4 elements there in the bottom left, and our HP and MP. Let's go to our status menu. So, you see that we don't have levels in this game, because it is an RPG. It is an RPG. But rather than actual levels, you have your element levels, which is your main level system, and your stat levels. So HP and defense are increased by taking damage, and I think HP also increases by doing physical attacks. Because I know this is the way it works in the remake, and we'll get to the remake later, but HP in the remake is what your physical damage is based after, because it's your like physical vitality, so how strong you are, you know, muscle wise, and so that's where your attack is based from. It doesn't increase it much, but it does increase it. MP, of course, you gain by casting magic, And agility you gain by running around either in the overworld, which is a very slow rate, by the way, or in battle, which we'll get to that, dodging enemy attacks. Or just moving during enemy phase, basically. So then you have your environment, you can increase message speed. Actually, may not be a bad idea, because messages are a little slow. We'll leave the music where it is. And you have your map. The map is kind of pointless. It was only helpful in plains areas. Yeah. There are a few of those in the world that it's actually decently helpful. And then you have, of course, like I said, your element experience. So every time the sphere in the middle there fills up, you can select one of the 4 elements to put power into. So let's talk about the spell system in this game. I love the spell system in this game. So the way it works is each of your C buttons is set to a spell element. So C up is fire, C left is earth, C right is wind, and C down is water. And you can actually see the visual representation there for the little cross pad. So you may notice that you start with a spell, like I hit fire, and so I have fireball level 1 up there. I obviously can't cast it because that's a battle spell, but most of your spells are battle spells. But anyway, let's get this adventure on the road, shall we? There's really not a lot in this place, just going ahead and putting it out there. The one thing about this game is, outside of the... Okay, in 64 era, this actually has some pretty good graphics, for the most part. It has some failings here, like his cape is obviously really, really thin, and could have been done a lot better. As you get close to a hidden spirit, you will see a sign. When you see it, press the Z button. The mark of the 4 spirits will appear. Press one of the C buttons to choose which spirit you wish to increase. You'll need as much help from the spirits as you can get. Use the C button like this. Fire is up. Yeah, I just went through that personally. Memorize these positions. I did. We'll get to what he's talking about in a second, because there's not one in the monastery. Because there are basically, you can say, instant level ups. They're separate. Like, if you use one of these spirits that he's talking about, you don't lose experience that you've gained. They're basically a set number of levels you can get from picking up spirits, and a set number of levels you can get from leveling up. Also, most of these doors are pointless. There's NPCs, occasionally, but the wooden scepter you carry and the magic spells you acquire throughout your journey are your only means of defending yourself against the encounters of the enemy. Yep. I mean, they have some decent dialogue for people who haven't played the game before. How do I control the camera again? That's my item menu. I don't remember how to do that. Like, maybe I can't. Maybe I'm thinking there should be. Oh no, wait, it's holding B. That's right. The camera's a little awkward because the N64 controller obviously did not have a C-stick or anything, so it didn't have a secondary stick. And the C buttons are, which are usually used in 3D games of the N64 to control the camera, are used for magic. So controlling this game's camera is a bit atrocious. One of the game's many unfortunate failings. So like I said, most of these doors are basically just copy-pasted rooms. There's nothing in them. I think you occasionally find the NPC, like in the First Lady, you find that NPC, and I think she may be the only one. So, this game is horribly unfinished. I don't know why. I haven't looked into the creation of the game. I may actually do that, do some trivia searching. But it is not finished. When you find a treasure chest, move in close and a sign will appear. Press the Z button, you'll find items and you'll help you on your quest. Use items wisely. You may look in the monastery to find what you need to get started. And spirits are hiding everywhere. Look for them in the town, the countryside, and every last nook and cranny. Sometimes find them after battles too. Be thorough, laddie, and you'll find everything you need. So, the item system in this game. As you may have noticed, I have items, I have elements and levels, but I have no money. So, items that you collect are permanently collected. One thing you can do is not collect anything out of chests, except for what, obviously what you need. And then come back later and collect everything after you've gotten free items. Because there are NPCs in most towns that will give you... That's weird. Oh, that's right, B locks your camera. Whereas, yeah, holding B locks the camera, whereas normally it tries to position itself behind you. That's what it is. Okay. But yeah, so you can do that, or you can grab everything and not care. I'm one of those that usually grabs everything and not cares. Also, that was a terrible, terrible wall clipping there. See, that's how he opens the chests. He pops it with his staff. We can't go through this door. I think because that door actually leads outside, like through the storage area or something. I think we see that door, unless I'm just misremembering. And this has, all three of those had dewdrops in them. Dewdrop is MP restore. Most of the time, just like a lot of older games, liquids usually restore MP and foods restore HP. So yeah, it follows that. Also, hello, I want to talk to you. Let me talk. Thank you. Leave now, Brian. In his last letter, Lord Bartholomew said he crossed Lord Calderi on the way to Loripool. Be very cautious. Evil creatures lie in wait beyond these monastery walls. Actually, that's not true. Evil monsters lie in wait beyond the town's walls. There's nothing between the town and monastery. Get it right. Is there really any point in me exploring still? Because there's really nothing in this monastery. Here's where, apparently one of the priests are. Spirit, please protect this young lad. Light the way and watch over him. We make offerings to your safety until you return. Nice little sigil down there, though. Representing the 4 elements. And I don't think... Was there anything on that side? No, there's nothing on that side. So, the only thing left is to go through... That's the way out. Let's check out this side over here, just for completion's sake. It's not like it's hurting me to mumble my way around here. Oh, that's right, there's a chest over here. Gimme. Oh, I have to be in front of it. No, there we go. Honey bread. So yeah, that's a HP item. Welcome to the kitchen, Lali. Your quest is sure to be a long one. Please take this fresh bread. I made it myself. Fresh bread is lower than honey bread. But if I'm not mistaken, if you don't have a fresh bread, in fact, let me talk to him again. Yeah, when the bread is gone, come back for more. I'll always have some ready for you. So he's one of the NPCs, or she possibly, is one of the NPCs that you can come back to anytime you don't have the item that they have for you, and they will give it to you for free. Okay, welcome to the outside world. And there's some pretty good music, actually. Yeah, so you can run around outside the monastery here. I don't think there's anything out here, necessarily. We're in the part that I'm at. So, I mentioned the remake. The remake was on the Game Boy. Yes, they translated a fully 3D game like this into the Game Boy, and made it actually better. I don't know how they managed that. Also, what is wrong with this horse's legs? Nay. This horse needs better legs. Like, it looks like it's walking around on stilts. Poor horse. Anyway, if you come over here, you see the bubbles? Look at there. The purple bubbles there coming out of the hay. The question mark? That is a elemental level up. And here is a thing. So in my friends' Discord, in this Discord server that I have for my friends for Final Fantasy 14 and 11, I posted a poll and asked them what their favorite element was. So I was telling them what it was for. And out of the 5 votes I got from people, the winner was fire, barely. I somehow managed to get a even spread across most of the elements. It was literally The 1 vote each, and then 2 votes on fire. So we're going to be a fire playthrough in this game. I've never done that, so allow me to explain. As you boost an element, I think it also boosts your elemental resistance, but it mostly boosts your power for that spell type. Now, it also allows you to learn new spells. The thing is, if you try to balance your elements out, you end up incredibly underpowered. And I mean, my first playthrough, I did that. I was about halfway through the game, had like 20 and everything, and there is a dungeon that is... There's 2 dungeons, actually, back to back, that are so high level compared to you at that point, if you spread your elements out evenly, that it would take like days worth of grinding to be strong enough to fight them. And there's one enemy in one of these dungeons, one of those 2 dungeons, that you just don't want to fight, period. We'll get to those. A little house icon. This is an inn, so anytime you die in this game, you go back to the inn, unless you're playing the Game Boy version, in which case it's game over. Hello, Master Apprentice. I'm Shannon. I've been traveling hither and yon, all over Celtland. I see you're setting out on a quest too. I trust we'll run into each other along the way. Yeah. Fellow quester. Yeah, so if you'll say you'll stay, you bring up the save menu. This game was one of the few games that used the, not transfer pack, the memory pack. Well, I say few games, there were multiple, but where they started trying to move the save data to the memory pack so they could put more on the cartridge, instead of having the saves on the cartridge. Well, oh yeah, continue save actually, oops. I'll get this right eventually. There we go. But yeah, there's nothing in the ends except for that. You can go up to the rooms, and most of the time that's kind of useless, except in the Game Boy game, because exploration is rewarded in the Game Boy game. I'm a pirate. Those monsters out there don't scare me. I want to be a spirit teamer just like you when I grow up. Yeah. Brian, sometimes you'll need to use the B button to adjust your view. Yeah, I know. Who's afraid of the big bad werehair? Werehairs are not bad. Now, hellhounds, on the other hand, those are bad. Especially considering we're going to be fire. Oh, allow me to kind of a little... hey, wait a minute. What do you got? Are you the one that does the wings? There's wing items you can use to teleport between towns. Yeah, white wings. Here we go. You always want to have a pair of white wings on you. So... Okay. So, the base spell for fire is Fireball. The base spell for wind is Wind Cutter, water is Water Pillar, and earth is Rock. So, Water Pillar is a terrible spell. Level 1 is horrible, level 2 is okay, level 3 is pretty strong. Each of those, the base spells goes up to level 3. And welcome to the outer area. We're going to spend a little bit of time right here. I'll do most of this off-screen anytime I'm having to grind. But these are hellhounds, and I really didn't want to have to fight hellhounds my first battle, but okay. Doesn't really matter what spell I use right now, but just because I do have a higher fire. Hellhounds are the hardest enemy in the starting area, by the way. Let's use Water Pillar here, actually. Oh, I was not positioned right. Okay, thankfully you missed. Okay. So, these things are fire elemental, if it wasn't obvious by them casting Fireball. That's kind of how battles go, is that monsters cast magic, you cast magic, or you can get up close to them and bonk them with the staff like this. And now, bonking them with the staff doesn't just give you HP experience, it also allows you to heal MP. So if you're out of MP, you can restore MP by bonking the enemy. Like that. Ow. And then running around in open battle, or open air, does also restore your MP. Now, there is one thing I'm going to go ahead and say. This is a werehair. But I won't only be doing fire. There is one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to get some experience into water, and I will explain that later. But yeah, so this is how it goes. Oh, we leveled up. So I'm going to go ahead and get fire first. Fire's going to be up to probably 8 or 10-ish. I guess I can keep going. I really don't want to stray too far. And that's why I hate hellhounds. No game's serious when some of the first enemies that throw. There. Some of the first enemies that throws that. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I hit A instead of B. That was bad. I almost do as much with my basic stick bonk as I do with water pillar. That's funny. And I missed. And I missed. Really? Game? I don't think position matters, but maybe it does. And run away. That's why I hate hellhounds. That's not good. So, running away. In order to run away, you have to actually make it to the edge of the thing here, and I may not do that. This may be, unless he misses. Whew. Okay, so when you're outside the range of the battle, it allows you to escape. There are, of course, battles you can't do that to, but let's run away. Escaping may also influence agility. I actually have no idea just what influences your stats, but as you see, we've got 70 defense experience. And agility has already leveled up because it was 5. So, and HP's gotten 1 point. MP I haven't really cast any spells yet, to be fair. I do need to cast more spells. So what am I doing? Ends over here. No, talk to her. Thank you. Stay for the night. And I'm not going to bother saving it for now. So, music is probably the best thing this game has going for it, and the magic system. Later on, as you increase the levels of your magic power, you actually can start merging elements, and it's really interesting. Oh, here we go. Another hellhound. Ow. You know what? I'll hit you with fireball. And I missed. The, Pokemon may have the 256 glitch, but, Quest 64 has worse accuracy than that. There are even attacks that are guaranteed hits that miss, so... Another elemental increase. Yeah, let's do that. Have we got? Oh, we got fireball level. I have never run into a battle with my magic menu up like that. Game, are you okay? All right. So use fireball level 2. Now, fireball level 2. You may have noticed it said 32. That wasn't 32. It was a 3 and a 2. It's because fireball level 2 actually launches 2 fireballs. Not all of them are like that, but Fireball, let's see if I can get far enough away that he... Yeah, you see? And it does... Fireball does track slightly. At least the higher levels do. It goes more straight, but it does try, at least, to turn. I guess I can show off Wind Cutter real quick. Wind Cutter always tracks. It does a very sharp turn. Oh, and I guess I can show off Rock, too. Rock is... You have to be back a bit to cast it. Because it starts above you and then falls forward. Now, my favorite, and probably the easiest element to use in this game, is Wind. Because Wind Cutter level 3 is just one of the most powerful spells in the game for a long time. Now, it does eventually get outclassed, especially by Earth. But I love how dodging this game usually ends up just running around in circles. At least when it comes to wind magic. But doing that has a purpose aside from just dodging damage. Agility levels and all that. Oh, and after battle, if you were going in a direction... Oh, hey, nice. Level 5. You may notice that, with this game, aside, not just counting the compass up there, but, you may not remember what direction you were aiming. That's okay, because after battle, Brian always turns to what direction he was facing before the battle began. So, they did actually implement something to help you keep from losing your way. That's why sometimes after battle, you'll see me do like a full or 180. It's because he was turning to face the way I was going. Oh, we have another new enemy here. These guys are fun. So this one is fire, and this one is water, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, that's one of those guaranteed hit things. That's why I went for the water first. Because Ice Knife is actually a much more dangerous spell than Fire one. Oh, you have that spell? That was, I believe, Steam? Hot Steam? Oh, hey, here's the whole reason I came over here. I don't remember where all those are, but I'm hopefully should not need a map or guide or anything for this game. And this is one of the more dangerous enemies that aren't Hellhound. Because it's a water beast. It's called Big Mouth. So if it gets close to you, it does Water Pillar. And as slow as it is, it has a fairly large movement range, so staying out of its range is really difficult. There we go. But because it's water, it's horribly weak to fire, so that's kind of how the elements are. They're opposing. So fire and water are superior to each other. And the same thing with earth and wind. Nice. Ow. Not so nice. I'm actually getting high enough firepower that I might be able to actually kill him with Fireball. Or just get close enough and bash him with the stick. Nice. And another element. Alright. And now we have Power Staff. So, Power Staff is a Fire-Earth spell. And what it does is increase the attack power of your staff. Travelers don't often show up, or don't show up here very often. It seems that it isn't safe enough or safe anywhere on the roads these days. Wow. I see a future for you fraught with danger and challenges that no ordinary human can meet. It isn't clear, but your destiny awaits you at the end of the longest road. Oh, that's a bunch of BS. Of course my destination will be at the end of the road. I mean, come on now. What do you take me for, a fool? Oh wait, I'm playing this game. I might be in trouble here. Okay, let's see. Why did the fireball turn? Oh, that's not good. I cannot dodge Ice Knife. I know why it turned to attack the Bumbershoot. The game does kind of prioritize multiple projectiles going in different directions. Ow. You know what? Let's go back to Mel Road. Anytime you use wings, make sure that you return back to where you got them from so you can get another pair. While the not dying is definitely not as important here as it is in the Game Boy game, since, you know, you just wake up at the last inn you visited, it's still an inconvenience. Don't worry, I'm sure I'll end up dying eventually. That's gonna happen, I promise, actually. Can't say when, but it'll happen. This game's very unforgiving. But I think that will do it for now. Whenever I come back, I will have level grinded up a little bit as far as powering my elements. Like I said, fire's at 8 now. I might get it to 10 just so I have attack magic. And I'm going to start working on water. Because there is a spell specifically... Actually, I might start working on water now. But there's a spell specifically from water that I really need. So, and that you probably need for any playthrough, to be honest with you. But until then, folks, we hope to see you again. Later.